Studio. Good evening to you, Danie. The state of our retirement savings still sounds pretty bad, is that correct?
Yes, well, in every survey there's positive and negative results. And there's a couple of negative ones, unfortunately, which we've seen as a long-term trend. And that is a low number of people who can retire comfortably in South Africa.
29% who will be able to retire and keep their lifestyles. How does that compare to recent years?
Well, that's pretty much in line with our expectation of going forward. There's different results from different surveys, but to a large extent, that is the net result of people's decisions during their working lifetime. And we can see a direct link between what the actions members take when they're working and the end result when they retire.
And of course you have to start early. Are companies who are providing those retirement savings schemes for their employees really helping a lot? I would imagine, just given the struggle of many South Africans, that not many people are doing it on their own.
Yes, I think it's important to get things right from day one. And we especially see that only 6% of members actually go back to the decisions they make on day one when they join a company and review them. So it's critical to have those decisions correct on the first day. And what we do see from employers doing, and it's very encouraging, is they're having a stated pension target that they give members. And all of the other options in the fund is geared towards this and aligned towards this to help people attain a certain income in retirement.
There are always warnings that you shouldn't withdraw if you move jobs, for instance. Are people listening to those warnings?
Unfortunately not. We've found when people change jobs, more than 50% take the money in cash. And when we go back to members and actually ask what they're doing with the cash, number one on the list is living expenses, number two on the list is short-term debt, store and credit cards. So unfortunately, when the money is spent, it's gone. You can't make it up again.
Danie, the gross returns on savings were above 19% on average, and that's higher than we've seen in recent years. But the big question is, can it last? We're seeing the JSE continue to hit these record highs when there are problems across this economy. So some saying that'll come down. Do people understand that their retirement benefits could come down? Do they expect that, or should we continue with the optimism?
Well, when we talk to principal officers, they're more pessimistic this year than they were last year. And most of them expect lower returns going forward. You can't just expect good times to keep on rolling. And I think that's important for members as well. You can't expect good investment returns to make up if you don't contribute enough to your fund. Now, that will work in 1 to 2 years, but it won't work for over a 40-year period.
Are people holding their funds to account? It's interesting for me that some funds are sticking with African Bank that's on this free fall, for example, and other funds are leaving that company. Do the fund members really monitor what's going on?
Unfortunately, one of the big concerns we have in the industry is the member apathy. Members don't seem to have a connection or don't take this retirement fund savings seriously. Often when we talk to members, most don't know where they're invested, most don't know what their fund value is, and they largely abdicate their responsibility to trustees. Someone else will take care of me and look after my interests. And unfortunately, you can't have a successful retirement if that's your attitude during a working lifetime.
Danie, my final question for you. Government is thinking of forcing South Africans to save for their retirement. Where does Sanlam stand on that?
I think it'll be a step in the right direction, definitely. But it's not just saving for retirement. The other big mistake people make is when they're changing jobs and they're cashing in their retirement fund money. And I think there you need more guidance and clearer default options to members to guide them along the way.
All right, thank you very much. Danie from Sanlam Employee Benefits. Another reminder to save for those later years.